and his vow that brought him into the Mandala Dharma Dhatu, securing his place in the East and forever represent to anger. Today we'll be going over chapter 1 of his sutra. This sutra is entitled The Dharma Door, Akshobhya's Merits, transcribed from a book titled A Treasury of Mahayana Sutra. Begins with a dharani, which is a form of medicine in verbal structure. Listen. Namo Bhagavate Akshobhyaya Tathagataya Hate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tadya Ta Kam Kani Rajagraha, together with an assembly of 1,250 great monks. All these monks were well-known arahats who had extinguished all defilements and suffered afflictions no more. They were liberated in mind and in wisdom, and were as free and and said, "World-honored one, how did Bodhisattva Mahasattvas of the past resolve to pursue supreme enlightenment, cultivate all pure deeds, and wear the armor of vigor, adorning themselves with merits? how did those non-regression from the pursuit of supreme enlightenment, may deeds, may the utterly kind world-honored one reveal and expound their deeds, their vows, and their engendering of bodhicitta, world-honored one, those bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, themselves to cultivate all pure deeds and wore the armor of vigor. Thereby they rendered benefit because of the present and future. The Buddha said, Shariputra, that you can ask me about past bodhisattva mahasattvas' pure deeds, their illumination, their great armor, and their praising of merits for the sake of embracing bodhisattva mahasattvas of the future. Now, listen attentively. The Buddha told Shariputra, 1,000 worlds one once appeared to expound the subtle wonderful Dharma to Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, beginning with the 6 paramitas. Shariputra, world-honored one, I am determined to follow the way of the Bodhisattva as taught by the Buddha. That Buddha said, "Now, good man, you should know that the world-honored one, I now engender supreme. Now I have resolved to pursue. If, during this pursuit, I feel caught Buddha, I will be deceiving all Buddhas. World-honored one, now I have resolved to pursue all-knowing wisdom, prone to stupor. From now until my attainment of supreme enlightenment, I will be deceiving all Buddhas." Other monks thought, Mahasattva will wear the armor of Vigya of the land of wonderful joy, the perfectly enlightened one, over the name, and acclaimed it as excellent. The 4 Deva kings, Shakra and Brahma, upon in that Buddha's presence, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akshobhya continued, "World-honored one, now I have resolved to pursue all-knowing wisdom and am dedicated to the attainment of supreme enlightenment. If my practice from now on until attainment of supreme enlightenment then I will be deceiving all Buddhas, the Tathagatas, who expound the Dharma in numberless, countless worlds." World-honored one, now I have made this great decision and have dedicated myself to it. If I say anything, that is not in harmony with recollection of the Buddha, or will all-knowing wisdom I will be deceiving all Buddhas. World-honored one, now I have brought forth this aspiration and am dedicated to it. If I remain in the household life instead of renouncing it in any lifetime, from now until attainment of supreme enlightenment, then I will be dissipating all Buddhas. World-honored one, now I have resolved to pursue great eloquence, to expound the wonderful Dharma from now until attainment of all-knowing wisdom. Then I will be deceiving all Buddhas. World-honored one, now I have thus resolved. If I do not remain dignified in standing, sitting, and walking from now up to my attainment of supreme enlightenment, then I will be deceiving all the innumerable Buddhas. World-honored one, now I have thus resolved. If I commit any major offense against sentient beings, or lie, or speak in worldly or boisterous manner, or have any inclination to defeat others in argument, from now until my attainment of all-knowing wisdom, world-honored one, now I have resolved to pursue all-knowing wisdom and am firmly dedicated to the attainment of supreme enlightenment. If when expounding appearance and smile broadly, then I will be deceiving all Buddhas. World-honored one, I have now resolved to pursue all-knowing and wisdom, and am firmly dedicated to the attainment of supreme enlightenment. If I look around and gesture frivolously, when expounding the Dharma, or do not regard other bodhisattvas as great masters when I see them, then I will be deceiving numberless Buddhas. World-honored one. Now I have resolved to pursue all-knowing wisdom. From now until my enlightenment, from now until my attainment of supreme enlightenment, if I sit down to listen to heterodox was not rescued by him. Shariputra, at the time a monk thought, the Tathagata will be the witness for this Dharma practitioner, as will these gods, humans, asuras, and so forth. Humans, asuras, and so forth. Monk, to pursue supreme enlightenment will surely attain it. Shariputra. After that, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akshobhya further said to the Buddha, World honored one, now I have resolved to pursue all-knowing wisdom. If I mention any offense committed by or any dissension my attainment of supreme enlightenment, then I will be disobeying all Buddhas and Tathagatas. World honored one, I will devote myself to the practice of this vow until I attain supreme enlightenment, so as to make my Buddha land vast and pure, and the Shravakas, they're all faultless. World honored one, from now until my attainment of supreme enlightenment, if I, who resolve to pursue all-knowing wisdom, I will be disobeying all Buddhas, the Tathagatas. World honored one, I will follow this practice until I realize the supreme enlightenment. pursue all-knowing wisdom. If, however, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, the woman in my body land have the same female faults as those of women other lands, then I will relinquish supreme enlightenment. If I do not relinquish it, then I shall be cheating all the Buddhas. Attainment of supreme enlightenment, saying, "Good man, in a future life you will become a Buddha named Tathagata Akshobhya, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one, the one perfect in learning and conduct." The well-gone one, the world knower, the unexcelled, the great tamer. The teacher of gods and humans, the Buddha, the world-honored one. The prophecy was similar to Dipamkara. Buddha's prophecy, the Supreme Enlightenment. Shariputra, when Bodhisattva Akshobhya received the prophecy, there was a great light that illuminated the whole world, and the earth quaked in 6 ways, as did the billion world universe when I realized all-knowing wisdom. Furthermore, Shariputra, when Bodhisattva Akshobhya received a prophecy from the Buddha, all the gods, dragons, yakshas, asuras, garuda, kinnaras, and maharajas of that billion-world universe joined their palms and prostrated themselves with their heads at the Bodhisattva's feet to pay homage to him, just as all the gods, dragons, and so forth of the Saha world did. To me when I realized great enlightenment here. Furthermore, Shariputra, at the moment when Bodhisattva Akshobhya received the prophecy, all the pregnant women in the world gave birth to their children safely. Travail or difficulty. The blind recovered their sight, and the deaf restored their hearing. All just as it was when I attained a Buddhahood. Furthermore, Shariputra, at the two moments when the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akshobhya resolved to pursue its supreme enlightenment, and when Tathagata's great eyes the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one, prophesied his attainment of enlightenment. When I realized all-knowing wisdom. Shariputra, when Bodhisattva Akshobhya received the prophecy, the sentient beings of the realm of desire brought him superb delicacies to him, and played celestial music for him. As offerings. Shariputra, such other merits achieved by Bodhisattva Mahasattva Akshobhya after he received the prophecy. Then the venerable Shariputra said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, most extraordinary is the Tathagata, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one, who is so skillful in explaining the inconceivable states of Buddhas, the inconceivable states of Dhyanas, the inconceivable states of dragons, and the inconceivable karmic results. World-honored one, when the Bodhisattva Akshobhya abided in the initial generation of bodhicitta, he embraced the before-mentioned merits. When he received Tathagata's prophecy, he perfected those great inconceivable merits. The Buddha told Shariputra, "So it is, so it is, as you say." Then the venerable Ananda said to Shariputra, "Most virtuous one, the world-honored one has explained only a small portion of that novice bodhisattva merits of wearing the armor of briefly. Why? Because when the bodhisattva first brought forth bodhicitta and donned the armor of vigor, he achieved inconceivable, immeasurable merits. And future. The Buddha told Shariputra, "Inconceivable are the merits of Bodhisattva Akshobhya when he first brought forth bodhicitta and donned the armor of vigor. Now I will further relate to you a small portion of them. Listen. Attentively and think well about them. Shariputra said, "Yes, world-honored one, I am willing and glad to listen." The Buddha said, "The Bodhisattva Akshobhya once made this vow even if empty space changes, I shall not withdraw from my great vows. Because of this vow, Bodhisattva Akshobhya achieved all merits quickly, Shariputra. I cannot find any Bodhisattva in the worthy Kalpa who wears the armor of vigor as Bodhisattva Akshobhya did. Shariputra, the practices cultivated by Bodhisattva, precious banner, were less than a small part, or even an infinitesimal part. Now he is living and is named Tathagata Akshobhya, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one. That concludes chapter 1 of the Sutra of the Dharma door of praising Tathagata Akshobhya's merits. Next, we'll go into chapter 2 and perhaps even revise chapter 1 all again. This has been a United Dharma Society broadcast, and it is for the benefit of all sentient beings, so that they may contact the path of enlightenment and come to a full